Hey, my name is Cameron Gwaltney. I have the distinct privilege of serving as the Director of Sales and Marketing at Atlantic Shores. I am a former pastor, and they said I have 3 minutes, so I wrote stuff down. I want to tell you about Captain Jim Eilertsen. Our community is a resident-owned cooperative, and because he lives there, he is one of my 700 bosses. So I hope I don't mess this up, man. I met Captain Jim about 2 years ago. I knew that we were going to get along. He was super straightforward, knew exactly what he was looking for. And while he was visiting our campus, he would stop to engage random people and just say, "Is this guy telling me the truth?" Everywhere we'd go. He had friends that lived in the community, many of which are here tonight, and we would literally go hunt them down so that Captain Jim could connect with them and catch up. And while this guy, he's always quick to discuss his incredible military service, the reason for it is never self-indulgence. It's never propping himself up. It is simply because this man loves his country. He loves the people that he served, and he loves the people that he's doing life with now. This was never more apparent to me than last year when I met the family of a close friend of Captain Jim's. Their loved one, who was a fellow naval aviator, longtime friend of Captain Jim's, was beginning to have some health challenges, and the family used this example from the book of Exodus to describe Captain Jim. In the book of Exodus, the people of God were in the wilderness. They're desperate for water, and God tells Moses to grab his staff, raise it above his head, and strike a rock. And then when he hits the rock, water flows from the rock, and the people are satisfied. And then in the very next verse, Moses' people, the Israelites, they're under attack. And scripture says that when Moses' hands were raised in the air, the Israelites prevailed. And when his hands dropped, they didn't. Verse 12 says this, "But Moses' hands grew weary, so they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat on it. While Aaron and Hur held up his hands, one on one side and one on the other, so that his hands were steady." I'll never forget this moment, because this family looked at me and they said, "Cameron, that's Captain Jim. He is Aaron to Moses for our father. He's there all the time. He'll never abandon him. He's the faithful friend holding up his arms in the midst of trial and tribulation and the battles that life throws our way." This man, Captain Jim, he's worthy of our honor tonight. He's worthy of recognition, not just for his service to our country, but for his example of true friendship and living life the way that it was meant to be lived. So I hope that you'll join me tonight in honoring Captain Jim Eilertsen. Thank you.
Hello.
Hey, welcome to the house. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Well, I'm so happy to be here. I'd love to just start from the beginning. Could you kind of paint a picture of what life looked like for you growing up? You said you were in Illinois.
Born in Illinois.
Illinois.
Ended up in Michigan. Yeah, I grew up as a young kid in Michigan. Had a very nice family, and I always had a paper route. I did very well in school. I knew I wanted to go to college, and my parents weren't going to pay for it, and I didn't have any money. So what am I going to do? So that's when I tried. And of course, I made the Naval Academy. Then I ended up hitchhiking down to Baltimore, Maryland.
Yeah, I know there's been so many highlights throughout your career, so many different experiences that you've had. Are there a few just stand out?
Probably one of the biggest inspirations I ever dealt with was with Alexander Basil Aronis. Alex changed my life because he was a Navy chaplain. When he checked in on the ship, he said, "What do you guys do at night?" And they said, "Oh, we go to the movies." And he started telling me, "You should be in a Bible study." I owe a lot to him. He baptized me. So I got real involved with the church and real involved with it, serving the Lord.
For your children and your grandchildren, what are some words of wisdom that you would want to leave them with?
Honesty, integrity, love the Lord. Make sure that you're helping people instead of being a pain in the you-know-what. We're here for a purpose.
What are some words of advice that you would give to people who are going through that transition into, say, the next act of their life?
Just tell them to just keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again. I appreciate it. Thanks so much for talking to me.
Yeah, so I didn't know what I was getting myself into.
Just brought back the fondest memories hearing that backstage. Where's Captain Jim? It's good to see you, sir. Well, I'm excited to sing this song. What an honor it was to talk to you and get to write this song. Thank you for being an inspiration to me, so many others. It was a beautiful day for me, for sure. I also, real quick, before I play the song, this is not my guitar. This is a guitar that was made by a local luthier here in Virginia Beach, and it's going to be available for the auction for anybody who's interested. I'll try not to sweat on it too much while I play this song, so it's nice and clean for you. But yeah, this song's for you. It's called Capt. Jim.
Our story starts in Illinois, the first breath of a little boy, hand on the throttle and a heart full of hope. Ran a paper out in Michigan, hitchhiked out to Maryland to see what he was made of in a life out on the coast. Strong and brave at 18, he up and joined the Navy and found himself a new home in the clouds. Captain Jim spread his wings and learned to fly, finding courage from these angels in the sky. And though the road was long, he kept keeping on, riding with the wind, giving all that he could give. That's Captain Jim. Yeah, that's Captain Jim. A life defying gravity, found God in the academy. Baptized by the chaplain, Captain Jim was born again. Fell in love and raised a family. Set down roots in Virginia Beach, built a strong community to raise their precious kids. And through the changing seasons, Jim never stopped believing. Through love and loss, he walked the walk, a fighter and a friend. Captain Jim spread his wings and learned to fly, finding courage from these angels in the sky. And though the road was long, he kept keeping on, riding with the wind, giving all that he could give. That's Captain Jim. I asked Captain Jim his advice for his grandkids. He said, live a life of honesty, love God and serve your neighbor. And remember, we're all here for a purpose, so find your purpose and spread your wings and learn how to fly. Find courage from your angels in the sky. And when the road gets long, keep on keeping on, riding with the wind, giving all that you can give. Like Captain Jim. Yeah, I found a friend in Captain Jim.
Thank y'all very much. Appreciate you.
Thank you.